the Times saying that he's not going to need a stand-in, though, so that's good news.
It's good news. I mean, it's a very simple operation that he's going to have done. It's something that men, as they get older, suffer with quite commonly. It's something in GP land that we see all of the time. Quite often, a large prostate, which does cause symptoms when you want to go to the loo, getting up at night to go to the loo, things like that, is managed medically. But if it gets out of hand, and I would imagine with someone as busy as the King, where he's not needing to run off to the loo every 3 minutes, surgery is probably the best option. But he'll recover quite quickly, I would imagine.
Will they sort of burn some of it off around the urethra?
They just make it smaller, yeah. So they go in with a camera and just laser some of it away.
Right.
And what about...
That's a nice thought, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's never going to happen to me.
No.
What do you think about his openness with this? Because it's reported in some of the papers today that he's decided to be open about why he's going in for surgery, because he'd like to raise awareness.
Well, I mean, that's a valuable thing to do if that's his intention. I have to say that while I'm in favour of proper scrutiny of the royal family, particularly on finance, I do think these matters are essentially private matters, and we don't really have the right to know what people's individual health situation is. So I'm a bit surprised that they've been as open as this.
Yeah, but I think it's great, actually, because I think it is something that many men, I think 70% of men, actually, by the time they get to the age of 70, will have some symptoms or other. It's something that's very common to men, but probably something they don't talk about very often.
No, well, you wouldn't.
Well, it's a bit like what we've done for women and menopause, that women now feel more able to come forward and talk about those symptoms. So I think if this enables men to come forward to their GP and say, look, I've got these symptoms, is there something we can do to help me? Then I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. Back in the day, of course, it was all, you know, someone's got problems with their waterworks. Yeah. What I used to just say. I remember my grandma saying that Mrs. Smith's husband's got a problem with his water. It's probably just a prostate issue.
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. It's that common.
Yeah.
And what do you make of Catherine? So she is going to spend up to 2 weeks in hospital. She won't be back to royal duties till after Easter. So we know that it's abdominal surgery. Do we have any idea of what that might be?
No, and I think I agree with Norman, actually. I think speculating on someone's, abdominal surgery, I think is something that we don't really want to get into, or we shouldn't.
Suitably vague.
I think it's suitably vague. I mean, she's a woman. You can assume it's probably some sort of female problem, but you never know. It might be something else. And to speculate is, I think, awful in that I said to Norman, if it were me, and even if I was a member of the royal family and it was splashed all over the front pages, it would feel a little bit intrusive. So I think we can just wish her well. She's got her family by her side and for a speedy recovery.
Yes, well, I think we'd all agree on that one.